Hey, 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 you know what time it is.
It's time for the Heart to Heart Journey to Unconditional Love Podcast.
Absolutely. My name is Delay Bloomer. That's my co-host Harlem Brown. And what's going on, Harlem Brown?
What's going on, Late Bloomer? How's it going?
Hey man, I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed by the best, and I'm gonna keep it that way.
That's the way to be. That's the best way to be.
Yeah, so
Can't get no
what
better.
we doing this week? What we doing this week? I know we um we hit them with a little bit of who should make the first move. Should a woman make
Yes.
the first move, I should say. Um Now, I want to talk a little bit about um topic today. I'm gonna talk a little about this. The safety of online dating. I
Okay.
think that's a huge um thing that a lot of times we have to be careful of online dating and the
Yes.
things that can happen on online dating. I know you're familiar with it. Just so can you kind of tell the people we had, because I know we had a previous podcast and we
Did.
talked about this, and we had a quick hits.
We had a quick hits
Quick hits.
about it.
We said
Yes.
we were going to make it a podcast, so we are now making this official. It's a podcast, so
It's
you go ahead
official
and
right
start us off and get us going, get us rocking here, Harlem Brown.
now. Okay. So I think online dating is something that a lot of people are gravitating to right now because it is, I think, for the convenience. I'm always say it's for the convenience because
Yeah,
people always find a reason. Like if you say I'm not dating this, I don't have time, or I'm busy, I'm doing this, and so this online platform has created this space now
yeah,
for people to be able to swipe left and swipe right on pictures and things of that nature. So, um, I've tried it. I tried it once.
Woo, go ahead.
Didn't 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 quite work out for me. But I'll say this. I don't think I did it out of convenience. I think I did it because I was curious. Um, and what you don't understand about online dating is like I said, we're swiping back and forth through pictures. I can give you my best picture with my best outfit and my best makeup, but I might not show up as that person. I might show up every day as what you see when I come on a date.
Yeah, I think that's the concern for a lot of people, like making sure they're getting what they're at, that they actually have been talking to the other person for. I
Right.
I just can't find it in my heart to do it. Um, I know somebody suggested it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not doing it because I just think you're always going to get the person's representative, and
You
I
do.
just don't think that. First of all, I'm not a social media person anyway, so that's it's not going to work for me anyway. But trying to find a love online, and I'm not getting. Please
It
don't put
could
me
happen.
around. I'm
It could
not
happen. I've known people to get married.
not knocking it. I'm just saying for me, for the late
Yes.
bloomer, it's not a thing that I want to do. It's not a thing that I even want to try because trying will keep me in the same place.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
why I'm not trying it, you
That's
know.
true.
So I'm going to stick to what I know, and I'm going to go from there and what have you. But because we have an audience, Harlem Brown, that does do
Right.
online dating, specifically for women. However, this is for both men and women.
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
there's certain things that's going to overlap, and there's certain things that could be just for a woman, and then there's certain things that's for both. And we want to make sure that we cover both bases, but we wanted
Yes.
to give you kind of a groundwork on it because I know we talked about online dating, and it can be a dangerous thing. And we want
Yes.
to make sure that if you are going to do it, then here are some keys that we have. And I want to give a shout out to my homegirl who gave me some of this. I told her she should write a book, and hopefully she'll read this, look at this podcast, and get inspired to write a book because there are a lot of people who need this information. So,
Yes.
without further ado, I'm gonna just go right into it. What do you think?
Yes, please. Let's just go ahead into the details and the list because I think it's a great list.
Yeah. So
We
this
should go
is
ahead and do it.
this is we have the online dating, but here's some of the practices that you do. This is pre-date online best practices.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna go all of it. We may have to do another podcast. I've already put this down for one and two, maybe one, two, three, and four, because this is a lot of information. So, but
Yes.
the first one is only meet up with a man after establishing that they can hold a conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, this is for both men and women. So I know
it definitely is for both men and women. Please note that, because
this one is for both men and women. But
yeah,
again, this was written by women. So a lot of the questions are going to be based on what she was talking about. So,
okay.
But that's the first one. What do you think about that one?
I think that's very important, because you have to know you're like I said, you're swiping back and forth, right? And when you're swiping back and forth, there's not a whole lot of conversation in these swipes. You're reading a paragraph that now we got AI. I can make myself be amazing on that, right? And then you're just scrolling through the details that I want you to know about. But when you start having conversations with somebody and they're not talking about anything other than things that they're trying to do, that ain't you don't need to be, you don't need to see this person face to face. You already know what they about online.
I think that's a great one. So going on to number 2 is if writing is your thing, before you speak, check out how he or she expresses themselves when they write back to you. So if that's important to you, now this is her list, but important to you. If you think writing is important, which I think writing is important, because if a person can't express themselves written, because you're going to be texting, right?
Right, because majority of it at first is texting. Because remember, you got to get used to somebody before you give them your phone number, right? So your first conversations is all going to be through text, and if this person is not texting right, then
and I know we have some abbreviations with texting, but there's some words that wasn't that one. That's not how you use it.
We need to be very mindful. And
look, the wrong there.
Yeah.
So things like that. I know we're having fun with this because we want to have fun with it, but we're very serious about this information. And it's great information. Like I said, I thought the world of this person to share this with us so that we can put it on the podcast. So the third thing is, I like guys with voice tone. Tone matters. So this is for men and women. If you're into the voice and the way that they speak, sure. Then you gotta that's important. Because if you get somebody, can you really stand that for like what a date is? What, about an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours?
On that date, it won't even be that long. Usually, as the date progresses, you stay a little bit longer. But if the voice is annoying, you're okay.
Yeah, then you like, wait a minute, no, no, I'm not doing that. Or you have some people who got some good, and then you have some people who have great voices.
Great voices, but
for a lot of people. So
nothing.
Yeah. So I think that's a good one. When talking before you meet up, don't tell them your life story, and don't tell them exactly where you live. Now, don't tell them your life story is for both, and don't tell you where you live. I think that's for both people too. But most of the times, that person is trying to, the man is the one trying to pick up the woman, if chivalry per se is not dead with them.
Right. And I think that's keep this preliminary, this first, and I want to say the word, but I can't get it out right now. Preliminary.
So you probably would spell it incorrectly, so you already X'd out on a few people.
I'm not even getting a date on at this point, because I can't even say it.
She's not gonna be the date.
That's why I'm on this journey.
There you go.
I'm done. So the thing is, like, what I'm saying is literally keep it light, right?
Yes.
Keep it light. Let this be the time where you guys can joke about stuff. Y'all can talk about some things, but like, just keep it very light. Doesn't have to be about your past and all of this other stuff. Just the things that's pertinent and necessary to move forward. Not anything that is, you don't have to go into a whole lot of
well,
stuff.
I say this, and I know it's part of the other part of this list. We have 2 different lists, and I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag on this one. Is what's important to me is no 20 questions. Just have a conversation, because that's the key. When you're communicating with someone, you want to know that they can carry on a conversation. And you don't carry on a conversation by having 20 questions. Yes, you may answer the questions and it may seem like you're conversating, but you're not. You're just answering questions. You're
Right.
not conversating, because what conversating also does, it shows if you can express, it shows if you can listen and then regurgitate back to for understanding, and then it also lets a person know if you have that expressiveness where you can communicate in a fashion where someone can understand you. You have to
Right.
be understood in communication. So this is
Yes.
a good time to know if you can be understood through communication, where it's very important to a relationship.
Yes. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Listen to when they talk to gain insight into what kind of man or woman they are.
And that's the conversation piece.
It's
That's why
conversation.
you have the conversation and you don't have the 20 questions. And I know a lot of people love that, right?
Yeah.
Especially online dating. Like they'll give you like 20 questions and you answer all 20 questions. What if I just answered in one words? Because I have done that because I'm just that
Yeah.
person.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
yes, blue,
Yeah.
yellow, orange.
Right. Because those
Nope.
are the type of questions that you're getting, and you don't want
Right.
to
So
do
it's
that.
not a conversation.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna add a little bit to this one, because this has been a theme this week, and I don't know why, but the main thing is this. Maya Angelou said this, and I'm going to paraphrase. I don't know the exact way, and I'm going to get the exact saying is, when people tell you or show you who they are, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
So believe them. If they're telling you and showing you who they are, believe them. Don't be like, well, it's just a setting, or this is how it goes, and it's just a preliminary, and we're just doing this. And no, if they show you or tell you who they are, please
Believe them.
believe them.
Yeah, believe them.
Believe them. So I wanted to add that on that.
Yes.
I know I got to put my little twist on it. I'm sorry. The late bloomer. Hey, we're having a heart to heart.
We
So,
have
all right. So the next one is, don't go on a date with a person who says they'll never marry again if you want to be married.
Yes.
I mean, that makes
Don't
sense.
try to change anyone.
But that's somebody telling you who they are. Believe them.
Right.
Don't think
Right.
that, okay, we dating and we get close and we do that either he or she, this is for both, either he or she are going to change their mind because you're with you. Because when you get to that point, is you waiting for the ring, and you're like, look, I told you I wasn't trying to get married, so I don't know what you're waiting for.
Yeah,
you
you can't love anybody enough to make them do what you want them to do. That's just
absolutely.
like you have to understand, you have to listen to what people say because they're telling you, they're giving you the answers. You're just not listening.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then the last one on this list was, again, let me just say, these are pre-date best practices. Before you go on a date with somebody, even if you're online dating or it's just a regular date, these are pre-date practices that have been very helpful. And like I said, I want to give a shout out to her again. I'm not gonna say her name because I didn't get permission to say her name, and I'm not gonna do all that, but really insightful person and a really good person at heart. So the last one, last but not least, is don't dress overly sexual on the first date. Sensual but not sexual. There is a difference. Now this is for both too, because you got the man that had his shirt off.
Please don't wear your muscle shirt or your shirt open to the waist.
The wife beater with the wife beater on.
Please don't wear that. And I mean, if you go out to the gym, do your thing, but come on.
Yes.
We gotta be a little bit more. Let's leave a little bit for the imagination. Like, look, can we do a little bit better about that? I see it a thousand times. Like, and then people will say, "Oh, a man should respect me no matter what I have on." And it's not that the man doesn't respect you because of what you have on, but when I grew up and what I've taught my nieces
back in
the days,
Barney Rubble, Betty.
Yeah, back in the days when I grew up, what I taught my nieces and all of the young ladies that I've come to mentor along the way is like, what you wear is your business card. Like, this is your marketing. This is how you present to the world. So if you present to the world and you got on nothing, then I'm not saying that a man should violate you. I'm just saying respect yourself enough to not do that to yourself, because that's the card that's the card that you are dealing out when you do that.
No means no, no matter what you
Absolutely.
wear. But however,
Absolutely.
be sensual. Give them something to think about. Because I know I've seen, and we call him Booby McFadden. McFadden, they have everything, the cleavage, everything out, shirt busting out, shirt too small. And it to some men it's cool, but to other men it's like, look, you're trying to be married like that? You're telling me you ready to get busy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, don't
Dress is
misconstrue.
this big,
Not saying
split
that
is this long. Like,
right. Right. Short skirt. So when you sit down, it's like, wait a minute. It's like give something to the imagination.
he's
Dating.
not opening the car door just to watch you get out the car, ma'am. If your skirt is this big, go ahead.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm gonna have my public service announcement on. I'm gonna have it on, just don't you really have to how can I say courting dating is like gone. I don't think people court anymore. You don't think you have to court somebody anymore. And you want to have that to feel special, not even so much to feel special, but to get to know somebody in a fun, loving way. It doesn't have to always be, I gotta have this, or I'm not, it's the I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna take this man and do this. I'm not gonna take this woman and do this. I'm not gonna but you did all these knots. Are you gonna tell me what you are gonna take?
Can we figure out what you like? Because I already know what you don't like. So I'm already on guard about what not to say. Is there anything I can say? And then I think that really leads to those things where you're in this because you think he's like, well, he got his boundaries and he got his standards, and you like, girl, he got too many standards, too many boundaries. You like, what do you do? Could you be normal?
Yeah, exactly. So, but you know what time it is. We got to drop the scripture.
Yes,
so
the scripture
that we have today is Philippians 1:9-10. Can you read that for the audience, Harlan Brown?
Sure. It says, and this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so you may be able to discern what is best.
Yes. One more time for the audience, because I know we're going to end this podcast on that, because I don't think we need to say anything else. But before you say that, listen to that list. Go back, take a look at this. That list is good. And you want me to go over it one more time with them to just do a quick rundown?
Go ahead and do
a quick rundown, because I think it's very important that we understand and know that this is what we're looking for, and what some pre-date practices are. One is only meet up after establishing that they can hold a conversation. And if it's the writing thing that you like, make sure that they know how to write, and on communication, written communications. Think about the person's voice, their tone, to make sure it matches what you can do, what you can stand, and what you can't stand, because that's important. When talking before you meet, don't tell your life story, and don't tell where you live. So that's what you don't have to give your life story. Just give them some little bit of information about you, getting small things, where you grew up and things like that. But don't have to be the whole thing. And, because you got, depending on how old you are, you got 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years of a lot of stuff that you can go, and nobody wants to hear that all day. So don't give them your life story. Let a person talk, and to get their insight, to know what kind of person that they are. Because when you're having conversations, again, you shouldn't talk politics, but you'll know what political parties they follow. If they're religious and they're spiritual, things like that. What schools they're aligned to as far as college, because everybody's proud of their alma mater. Believe me, everybody's proud of their alma mater. They can tell you different, but everybody's proud of their alma mater, because I'm definitely proud of mine. So that's one thing. Then don't go on a date if someone is going if they say they don't want to marry and your intention is to date to be married. Again,
Right.
like I said with Maya Angelou, when people tell you who they are, believe them. When people tell you who they are or show you who they are, believe them. And then the last one was, don't dress overly sexual. Be sensual, because it's two different things. So I think that's a great list, and I definitely want to end on that. But again, can you read to the audience one more time that scripture? And we're going to end on that note. And we definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully you got some good insightful information. There is a part 2 to this, because we're going to go through the whole thing. So I just wanted to know, this is pre-dating. This is going to be the pre-dating that we're going to have when you actually decide to go out on that date. So can you read the scripture one last time, Harlan Brown, and then we can get out of here?
Sure. And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so you may be able to discern what is best.
Absolutely. So as we in our podcast all the time, trying to do something to keep you in the same place, but when you actually do something, your place has no limitations. I am your host, the late bloomer. That is my co-host, Harlan Brown, and we see you guys next week.
See you next week.